Good afternoon, wherever you are. It might be morning, it might be the middle of the night, but happy Wednesday. I'm really excited to be with you today. And today, the person that I'm interviewing is hands down one of the most influential and inspirational people of my entire life. And she continues to inspire me every single day. She describes herself as a young Rachel Hollis with a bit of modern day Martha Stewart, minus the jail time, and we hope it stays that way. And I am honored to bring into the studio my daughter, Jessica Jenkins. Hi,
Hi.
Jessica.
Hi.
I feel like we should have like applause or something going on after that beautiful intro, but I'm really glad that you can be here with me today. And I just want to be really clear that I have been wanting to do an interview with you since I started doing this because you are so influential and inspirational to me. So I'm glad we did this. So you have a journey. You've got a life story. I want you to start and just talk about one of your recent projects was something called Daisy a Day. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Okay, so I guess my first little taste of entrepreneurship was Daisy a Day. And that was last year. So my freshman year of high school, I decided to start a charity because I am a childhood cancer survivor. And that's something that I'm really passionate about helping. And I knew that I could in the smallest little way. And that's all I wanted to do was help in the smallest of ways. And so I learned a lot from that. And I was hoping to do some more events this year, but because of COVID-19, I wasn't able to. But that was a huge stepping stone into who I am and what I do now. I learned so much about business, people, and really what my overall passion is, and that's to help people.
Awesome. Can we talk just a little bit about the cancer? I know that, of course, you don't remember it because it was 2 weeks after your first birthday that you were diagnosed with cancer. I'll never forget that day. That changed everybody's life forever in our family. So you have been impacted by that. How do you think that has impacted you?
Well, even though I was so young and I don't necessarily remember it, that's a emotionally significant event in my life, and that causes some psychological impact. And so, even from a young age, I fought for what I wanted, and that was life. And that's what I'm fighting for now, which is a better life, and the life that I want, and the dreams that I want. And that has impacted a lot of things just in general, along with body image, and some of the comparison, and also some positive things like when I feel down or I don't think that I can do something, like I fought cancer and I'm alive, and that's a miracle today. So I want to live every day as I'm paying tribute to that. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job right now.
I would 100% agree. I think you absolutely are. And I love how you said how you go for what you want. You're going to fight for what you want. And I have this really precious memory when we were at Multnomah Falls in, I don't know if it's in Oregon or Washington. Anyways, we went on a hike there and all your brothers and sisters who are older than you were like, oh, we can't do the hike. It's too long. It's too far. And you're like 3 years old. You were still taking some chemotherapy now and then, but you decided that you were going to do that hike, and you just trucked up that trail as fast as your little legs would take you. And I just remember thinking when you were doing that you were a go-getter. And obviously it still makes me a little emotional to think about those times and and then that really precious memory. And you are definitely going for your dreams, going for what you want. So fabulous. So talk about some of your other hobbies that you have.
Another one of my passions really is baking. On the blog and on Instagram, I talk a lot about outlets, and it's a positive way to process things that you're dealing with. because we can numb out with things like food or technology and things like that. But if you find an outlet to positively process through some of the things that you're going through, that can be so, so powerful. And that's something that baking really helped me with. And also, it's just a really fun hobby. It's something that I'm able to do behind the scenes, but I also do a lot on my blog with it, and I like to create. That's a huge part of my life. And so I create new recipes. I look at a recipe and I create it, and then the next time I make it, I do something different. So it's a positive way for me to serve as well. That's one of my favorite ways to serve is bringing people the things that I create. And it's also been a huge influential part of my body image journey because I love food. That's one of my favorite parts of traveling is eating the food. But when you're struggling with body image, food is a huge part of that. And so being able to create something that I love and the process that I love is so powerful in breaking through those barriers with food and diet. Um, that has really helped me along my journey.
Yeah, that creativity, the focusing of the energy into something amazing. And you have served a lot of people and made so many people happy, including a lot of members of your family. And I will say that you have become one of the best cooks I've ever seen, and your food is beautiful. And you're even working on creating a cookbook.
Hmm. Yeah, I work on creating my own recipes as well as collecting a lot of family recipes that I've tried out that I really like. And I like doing photography and styling food in that way, something that I like to learn a lot about as well. So being able to create that food and taking pictures of it and then producing it into a book, which is, writing is like my whole life at the moment. It's like a whole big me. It's like me, basically.
So cool. And just so that you know what she's referring to when she talks about her blog, it's blogsbyjess.com. And then she's on Instagram at Blogs By Jess. And I highly encourage you go and check out her food, her recipes, her photography, and your other passion. I mean, I know you've got a few, but one of your really big passions is
Self-improvement
self-improvement.
and helping people follow their dreams. Um, and just like I said, my passion is to help people and being a positive influence in people's lives. I talk a lot about positive influences and how you become the sum of the five people you spend the most time with. And I think that definitely includes social media, especially during these times of quarantine where you're on social media so often. If you're looking at negative things all day, you're going to have a negative mindset. It's eventually going to have an effect on you. So, spending time with positive influencers on social media can be really impactful. And that's one of the things that I want to be is a positive influencer.
I think that you are making a huge impact, probably bigger than you even know.
Thank you.
So awesome. So what inspired you, Jessica, to become an entrepreneur? I mean, you could have done all this stuff and been positive but you decided to take it and become an entrepreneur to create a business about it. Talk to us about that inspiration and then tell us about your business.
Well, I've always secretly wanted to be a blogger. I've just never really had the courage to say it until kind of the stars aligned when it was quarantine and I was like, okay, but like what if I actually did this? And so I did. Like I got my domain and I did all of this stuff and I was just like, I mean, all right, like I don't really know what I'm doing, but okay. And then one night it was like my blog was like nothing when I started in March. Like I wasn't super organized or anything. I just kind of had like I was just going with it. And then one night I was on YouTube and I was like, okay, I need to like get my act together. Like I actually want to make this into a career and this is how I do it. And so I kind of had like a total crisis and then I was like, okay, no, here are the steps to be able to do it. And since March, I have grown my page views and my blog views over 400% or 300%, and my income even over 450%. So I've made huge steps and I have a story to tell. And so, what better way than to do it over the internet?
And spoken like a true entrepreneur, like you figured out your numbers, you figured out how to make this thing work, and you are so going for it. So I think those of you that are watching can see how blessed I am to live with this girl. And when I'm wondering what I need to do next, or I'm confused and I feel down about something, I think that we really help each other out in that way. And I know that, just looking at what you have created and what you've done, and are continuing to do, you show up, you keep showing up, you've set your sights. And it's just like you walking up that mountain, you are going to do it. Just like you making it through cancer, you are going to get to it. And you're taking steps every single day. So fabulous. What do you like the most about being an entrepreneur?
I like seeing growth, and I like to see my numbers grow because I know that I'm helping more people, or at least hopefully helping more people. But I also just love learning and knowing how this is helping me and applying it, and teaching others how to apply the things that I teach in their own life. I can tell them what to do, but they may not know how to actually do it and apply it into their lives. Um, and so knowing that I'm able to help people in a positive way is probably my favorite part of being an entrepreneur.
So I think you want to be an entrepreneur for all the right reasons, and you're going for it again. I think that's kind of the theme. You see it and you go for it. What has been your favorite blog post or Instagram live or anything that you've ever done in this journey, which started again, this journey started in March when our family went into quarantine. It was around the same time that most of the Western United States went into that. So what's your favorite one you've done so far?
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can choose one. I don't know actually. I talk a lot about motivation, and that's like a huge part, but I think right now my favorite thing to talk about is gratitude. Um, because it's such an important part and it's such a powerful practice if you do it every single day, and it's not difficult. And once you start doing it, it gets easier and easier.
Yeah, you're a great example of gratitude. I know that that's what you wake up thinking about in the morning, and going to bed thinking about at night are the things that you are grateful for.
Mhm.
Really, really beautiful. So what are some of your current projects that you're working on?
So many. So I am working on a podcast. So hopefully that'll be out in a few months. I wanted to choose between either a podcast or a YouTube channel, and I thought I'd be able to keep up better with a podcast. So that's what I'm working on. I'm also, like I said before, working on a cookbook, and hopefully next year I want to come out with a memoir. But currently, my biggest project is the Rise and Shine journal, which I just I finished, and I just announced the cover today on my Instagram. So that's been my biggest project, and it's taught me a lot about business and also becoming an author, because that's a huge part of my life is writing, and it always has been. I've always been really drawn to writing. So the journals are just a fantastic daily practice that I want to help others with.
How long have you been keeping a journal, Jessica?
Um, for a long time, I've tried so many different styles of journaling, including the whole Dear Diary, today and that's fantastic. That's just so not me. But my right now my biggest style of journaling is through gratitude and manifestation. And that's a lot of what I include into the Rise and Shine journal. I've also tried bullet journaling, which is a creative outlet that I also lean towards. It's just a fun way to organize, and it's very aesthetic, so it's fun. But the Rise and Shine journal is kind of an overall just really nice way to journal. Like you can remember and look back on the days that you've had, but also the things that you're grateful for, the things you love about yourself, as well as goals that you've achieved.
Awesome. I think we should have a look at the journal.
Mhm.
Should we have a look? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are going to have a look at this journal that she's created, which is really a culmination of the different kinds of journals that she's used and gone through. So talk to us a little bit about the Rise and Shine journal, Jessica.
Okay, so I named it the Rise and Shine Journal because I believe that every single day you wake up with choices, and it really depends on what you make. It's the small choices that you make every single day when you put your feet on the ground after getting out of bed that can transform your life. Um, and so one of the choices that you have is, are you going to be kind today? Or what are you grateful for today? What do you choose to love yourself today? Things like that. Do you want to achieve your goals? How motivated are you going to be today? There are so many questions that you answer throughout your entire day. And this is a really nice representation of kind of all of them. It sets the tone for your day when you wake up and you fill it out. Um, and it puts you in the right state of mind to send off the rest of your day. So that's why I named it the Rise and Shine Journal, because you wake up and you shine in the best way that you can, because not every day is going to be your best, and your best is different every single day. But shining in the way that you can on any given day is the purpose of the Rise and Shine Journal.
Love it, Jessica. Love it so much. So this is the fleur. So she's got two color schemes, and they have the same goodness inside. So there's the cover. And then talk to us a little bit about this, Jessica.
So this is the daily spread that you fill out. And you first fill out 5 things that you're grateful for. And I don't mean the big things. I don't mean I'm grateful for my family, my friends, my car, my house. It's the small things that happen to you within the 24 hours of filling this out. So, some examples recently is yesterday or the last few days have been kind of tough. And so it's hard to sometimes fill out those things that you're grateful for on the toughest days. But a small pocket of positivity was I found season 17 of Grey's Anatomy, and I've been wanting to see that. And so I wrote that down. It's the smallest things. Or the other day I was at Fred Meyer, and they were all out of produce bags where I was, and this lady gave me one. So it's the smallest things that you're grateful for in the last 24 hours. And as soon as you start acknowledging those and sifting through your day to find them, you'll start looking for them throughout your day. And you'll be like, I'm going to write that down today, or I'm going to write that down tonight or tomorrow morning or something, because those are the small moments that add up to a fantastic day. We also have a 90-day goal. So each journal is 90 days long. And in those 90 days, you set a goal out of your overall dream. So at the beginning of the journal, you will write out your dream, the biggest, most audacious dream you can think of, the dream that literally sets your heart on fire. And then out of that dream, you'll set 10 goals. And then for this journal or the journal that you're on, you'll pick one goal. You can break a goal into smaller pieces. Just one goal you think that you can accomplish in 90 days. If you don't accomplish it in 90 days, that's okay. You can move it on to the next journal and keep working on it. But setting that goal to work towards is a really nice unity to all of your days. And that's where the planner also comes in. I didn't want to be one of those people who comes out with a product and then it's like, okay, so you can have this, but to get the full experience, you need to buy all these other things. This is it. This is all in one journal. And so every day you write out your day and you write out things that you want to do. And I encourage every single day to add in something small you can do to accomplish your 90-day goal. It can be as big or as small as you want. And then finally, we have 5 things you love about yourself. And at the beginning of the journal, you may not be able to fill out all 5. It can be difficult to acknowledge and name all the things that you love about yourself, or at least, or even like 5 things you love about yourself at any given day. So working towards that throughout the 90 days, to eventually by the end be able to name 5 things you love about yourself. This is just a really great practice to go through every day. And you're choosing to love yourself and you're choosing to focus on those things instead of the things that you don't like.
Love it, Jessica. And then on the next page, you can see that that's where you can actually plan your day. And if you look at Jessica's journal, which I have, it is planned. She has time blocked, and that's how she accomplishes her schoolwork, her family time, her hobbies, and her business. And so she gives us really nice introduction. This is the other color scheme, exactly the same, just a different. And so you see there's the Fleur collection, or the Fleur and the Étoile. And just take a minute and write in the comments which one you would buy. Exactly the same, just color scheme. Super beautiful and super powerful. I know that that has been a really powerful thing for you to do. And it is a beautiful journal. And I'll tell you, I'm getting one of these for everybody I know, because I know that it'll make a difference for people. So Jessica, what are your future plans, just in a nutshell, and then a takeaway tip that will make everybody's lives better today? Because I know that that's what you're passionate about, is making the world a better place.
Mm-hmm. So I guess my future plans is to create a beautiful business, build a beautiful home, to create beautiful things for beautiful people. That's basically my life goal.
You're working on it. You're doing it now. Great job.
Thank you. And my takeaway tip is to try your best every day and to make the right choices every day, no matter how small they may be. Because your best is different every single day. And remember that, and don't compare your today to somebody else's yesterday or even your own yesterday, because every day is different and every day is a new and fresh start.
Thank you, Jessica. I feel uplifted and inspired, and I love you so much. And I feel really blessed that you were today on the Live Inspired Live. Thanks so much. Bye, everyone. We'll see you next week.